Hello everyone, this is Carrie Ann with a new series on uh, the upcoming election in 2020. Um, so I got three of my favorite websites up, okay? Ballotpedia is an encyclopedia of American politics, okay? That's what they are. Declared presidential candidates, okay? So far, as of July 1st, 2019, there were 758 candidates who filed to run, including 265 Democrats, 100 Republicans, 32 Libertarians, 14 Green candidates. So I go to ballotpedia.org/presidential underscore candidates underscore 2020. I will try to include all of these websites in my video. So, president candidates over 2016 versus 2020. So you can go by this. Okay. So this is a list of declined to run. These are the people who declined to run in the 2020 election. Now, I'm trying to look up. So it will give you a sort of running data of who's who. And if you click on any of their things, like I'm looking for Bernie Sanders, there he is. He's filing as a Democrat in the presidential elections. However, in the past, as a senator, he's filed as an independent. So let's click on Bernie Sanders. Let's see where it takes us. So it takes us to their Ballotpedia website page for Bernie Sanders. We'll just click back. So my other favorite website, and when we're talking about politics and elections especially, is the Library of Congress. Okay? Requirements. This is very important. It came up in the 2006 and 2008 election. The legal requirements for president candidate have remained the same since the year Washington accepted the presidency, as directed by the Constitution. A presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States, a resident for 14 years, and 35 years of age or older. These requirements do not prohibit women or minority candidates from running. Why do you think most presidents to date have been white men? That's an interesting question. Not one that I pose, but one the LOC. Okay, so the Library of Congress website is www.loc.gov. So that's where you can find that. I found this very interesting. I did not know about this, but when President Washington was he was reluctant to accept the office. He said, and I quote, I cannot describe the painful emotions which I felt in being called upon to determine whether I would accept or to refuse the presidency of the United States. End quote. So that was very interesting. Just because you get elected doesn't mean you have to accept um, the invitation, I guess. But so that's my other website I like to go to because it's teachable. It asks poignant questions. This is um, the website. When I was a kid, when I was in high school, this is the website that my teachers used to teach about United States political stuff. So now this one is the one of the more important ones, Federal Election Commission. Okay, so their front page looks like this. Okay, so it gives you ideas, right, of what. It also, if you go way down here, it will tell you learn how much individual candidates have raised and spent for presidential, Senate, and House elections. That is what this commission is overseeing, the presidential, Senate, and House, federal House and Senate elections. Okay? Now, you can see that the commissioners, they currently have 4 commissioners, but they have 6 seats, 2 are vacant. I don't know the ins and outs of the commissions and how to get on the commission and blah, blah, blah. I don't know that, but I just know that those are the commissioners. So it looks like money raised, Donald Trump has raised the most money, followed by Bernie Sanders and John Delaney. Now, money spent, Donald Trump has spent the most money, Bernie Sanders is next to spending the most money, and John Delaney is third. Now, you can look at all the candidates, right? So browse top spending candidates, and then browse top raising candidates, raising money. So contributions, things like that. Okay? You can learn a lot about a candidate when you understand who is giving him or her money. Okay? So you can click on anything that has this underscore thing or dot thing, or I'm not sure what you call that, but it's a clickable link. So you can click, it says itemized individual contributions. You can click on the other committee contributions. And if he had any loans and expenditures, you can click on what he spent, how he spent his money. And I'm saying he because this particular report is for Donald J. Trump, candidate for president. The ID number is his federal ID number. And so you can look at anything. All of this is public information. You don't need a special credentials to look at it. Anyone can look at it that has access to the Federal Election Commission website. So we'll go back to campaign finance data. Okay, we can look up candidates by committee. We can find candidate specific, find contributions from specific individuals. I'm not going to type anything here because I don't want to, look up anyone specific that I may or may not know. But top raising candidates, okay? So if we click on Bernie Sanders, since I already clicked on Donald Trump before, and we look at itemized individual, let's see. Now, he's not taken any loans out either. So, transfers from other authorized committees. I always like to look at this because it's interesting. Okay, so Bernie 2016 just forwarded the money left over to the 2020 campaign, which a lot of candidates do. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so if we look at individuals, itemized individuals, it's going to give you a, he's got a lot of ActBlue, right? So lots of people are contributing. Now, you can look at the amount from the most to the least, or the least to the most. So, ActBlue gave him $5,000, but it was probably a person. So let's click see. Okay, so ActBlue is considered a PAC with non-contributing account qualified unauthorized ID number. So this is their federal ID number. Okay. So ActBlue is a contribution website. Anyone can sign up for ActBlue and can get money through ActBlue. So we see a lot of names here. I'm not going to single any name out, but I'm just saying that you can see who's made what. So, that is a very helpful data. Now, you can go to you can look by committee. And all these, everything that I'm showing you is accessible to the public. I'm a public person, meaning I don't work for the Federal Election Commission. I don't work for any candidate specific, and I don't work for any, currently don't work for any political entity. So, campaign finance data, you look at that, right? You can see all this. Now, most historians, will, if they're predicting the next election, will go back to the last 2 or 3 elections. So the last election was 2016. 2012, and 2008. So 2008, 2012, and 2016 are what they're looking at to predict lots of things. They might predict somebody's earning potential or contribution potential. They could predict if somebody's going to win or lose in their primary, etc., given past history. So anyway, so that is one of those, it's wonderful to have this website. So it gives you, if you're interested in legislation or statutes or enforcement and things like that, it's really important to read that. As somebody who ran a campaign, I ran a local level campaign. I've never run a federal campaign. But as a candidate, I found somebody to be my treasurer, and I found somebody to be my legal beagle, which meant that my treasurer was overseeing my finances for the campaign, and my legal beagle was making sure that everything was done on the up and up, and forms were filed and all this stuff. So they really worked close together, and I felt personally that I needed one person for each job because the job itself was very time consuming. And at the federal level, when you engage people like that, you're usually paying them some kind of stipend or something, for their time. At the more local level, it's more of a volunteer-based um, uh, situation. So not a lot of local campaign people are paid, and if they're paid very little, uh, but they do a lot for candidates. So, anywho-ha, so that's that. And then, if you were interested in all this other stuff about the commission meetings, working with the FEC, careers with the FEC, this is where you would go. The data, explore all data, explore all compliance resources, uh, explore all legal resources, learn more about the FEC, Federal Election Commission. So, I hope that this video was somewhat helpful. If you have follow-up questions that you'd like me to review at a later date, please comment, and all comments and questions, and go down below, please. And I read all my comments and answer all of my questions either verbally, or I might respond. Look into that and get back to you, or I'll make it sounds like a great video topic for a video. So I want this time that we have together as a learning tool for everyone. I mean, I learn a lot when I do these types of videos, and so just if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel if you like to talk about politics, because I love to talk about politics, and share with your friends if you feel like this video would be helpful for somebody who's just learning about politics in general and how to do things. If you're a candidate or you're thinking about being a candidate for any elected office and would like to speak to somebody who has run for office before, please do contact me. I'm more than happy to talk to people who want to be candidates, and tell them what I've done, and things like that. Because I feel like it's important for people to be teaching other people on how to be more active in their communities, because the politicians can only be held to their word if there are people educated enough to understand what they're saying. And so that is my goal for this channel and for this series, is to give everyone the tools to be able to make a conscious decision heading into the primaries. I will also cover, it'll be a separate series, but on the same channel, on how to become a delegate to your national committee. So the Democratic National Committee or the Republican National Committee, the Green Party National Committee. How do you become a delegate? So that's one of my videos I'm coming up with, and then also simplistic things like how do you register to vote, things like that. So look out for those videos. And if you have any topic ideas or videos that you'd like me to make, I'd really appreciate your help in finding content, or building content, because I feel it's very important. And some things that I've thought of, or some things you've thought of, I might not have thought of, and so it's very helpful if you help me out there. I appreciate your time and energy, and thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a blessed day, And remember that uh, an educated voter is a wonderful asset to your community and to those around you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.